Hey everybody, my name is Jesse Grossball and welcome to the JesseAF show. Today is Sunday, April 21st, 2019, episode 70 of my daily podcast. Yeah, that's right, daily. That means every single day I'll be posting a new episode. So please check in tomorrow for my next episode. I'm on Google Play Music, Apple Podcasts, SoundCloud, and YouTube. So if you have any of those platforms, please consider subscribing. That way you get notifications for whenever I post a new episode. Today, I'm going to be talking about, well, guess what? Young entrepreneurs. Young entrepreneurs are at the forefront of our society. I mean, they're going to be making businesses when I'm old and I have a business. They could even have businesses right now. I mean, you never know. But those are the kids that go out every single day that they have like a day off from school, and they go out and they try and find people that want them to shovel their lawns or mow their lawns, or yeah, they want people to pay them to do different types of jobs for them, and these kids are rare. They're the entrepreneurs in the world. They need that type of feedback to actually keep going, to really keep their work up, and then they also need that sense of accomplishment, along with the sense of, no, sorry, I don't need you to mow my lawn, it's okay, go home, and then that motivates them to do even better at trying to sell it, and it's all about that. Kids need a lot of reinforcing when it comes to their ideas, and kids that are always coming up with ideas are also entrepreneurs. They're the ones that are interested in doing something with their life more than just school, and maybe they might even struggle in school. Maybe they're just good at one subject and they don't really like doing school, and they'd rather be at home coming up with different business ideas, implementing those business ideas, selling stuff. I mean, entrepreneurs are all over the place, and they start when they're young. And when they're young, they're at their most sensitive point of life. And when they don't get anything, when their parents are putting them down for being that person that they are, guess what? That sucks. Entrepreneurs need that type of uplift. Any kid that needs that type of uplift. But entrepreneurs, they're a lot different than everyone else. They work a lot differently than everyone else. They don't want to spend their time doing stupid stuff while they could be doing stuff that's more worth it to them. They'll tell you straight off the bat what they're interested in doing, what they like doing, and if they like making money, then that's their thing. You can't take that away from them. Entrepreneurs are all around us. Yeah, I'm an entrepreneur. I've been an entrepreneur my whole life. You need that kind of reality too to live in. You have to have that reality of losing jobs or not making a sale or whatever it is, and that's kind of life. You have to have those ups and your downs, and when you don't have those ups and downs, and when you don't have someone to motivate you to keep going, you don't keep going. And it's sad, because in our lifetime, we need more people that are creating businesses. We need more people that are staying true to their heart and coming up with real ideas instead of just ideas that are based off of what other people have done. Sure, entrepreneurs are problem solvers, and they're also people that find different things to do in different environments. Like the App Store is a thing, and there are those kids that are making apps. That's how you make a business, right? You find a need, and then you create it with the platform that is readily available, right? That's great. We need all of that. We need those entrepreneurs. We also need the people that like doing school. They need to be noticed for doing school. I mean, yeah, an entrepreneur, they don't like school. But at the same time, they might. Maybe they're not an entrepreneur. Maybe they just love school in general. Those kids are important too. Every single kid is important. Whatever they want to do, let them do it. If it's art, if it's history, if it's science, whatever it is, that's their thing. And you have to just kind of help them find themselves. And that's their fun. That's how they grow up, and that's how you teach them. I mean, you're there to be there for them and to teach them stuff. Whether you're a parent, whether you're a teacher, whether you're a school bus driver, whatever you are, you're there for that kid. And you have to just support them in whatever way possible, because they're the ones that are really going to be coming up with the crazy ideas when you're old. Or when you're not old, like I said before. You have to look at entrepreneurs, you have to look at business owners, young business owners, as the future. I mean, they really are. And I loved that sense of critical thinking growing up, where I'm always thinking about new things, new ways to go at life. And it's so important to not forget about them, and to yell at them when they're getting all bad grades. I mean, I get it. Bad grades, they're bad. You know, you need to get through school, but when they're done with school, when they're out of high school, and they go into college, do they need to go to college? Do they have a business idea? If they have a business idea, make sure it's good enough. Maybe support their business idea instead of their college. You know, give them an ultimatum. Do you want to go to school, or are you interested in starting a business? Because I know you're an entrepreneur. I've seen you your whole life doing entrepreneurship. And you have to ask those questions. I'm going all over the place with this podcast episode. I know, I really am. I'm trying to find things to talk about. And young entrepreneurs, they're just so important. There's so much to talk about with them that I could go on for hours just talking nonsense about entrepreneurship and how little kids are the future of entrepreneurship and all that stuff, and that we have to cater to them, and we have to figure out that we cannot give them everything that they want. We also have to give them bad feedback, which is very beneficial. It teaches them something. You know, kids learn from every little thing. And when you teach them that they cannot get what they want by selling it to you halfway, then guess what? Better they learn it now when they're young rather than when they're old and they're trying to struggle doing this and they're not good at selling. They have to find the way to sell early on in life. That way they can spend the rest of their life doing their craft. Being an entrepreneur is so important, right? But also being anything else. When a kid is so into video games that they're learning the language in the game, how to create the game, or if it's just some crazy game like Skyrim and they're trying to learn the dragon language or something like that, you have to pay attention to that kid, because they are motivated by those little things, and when they're motivated by those little things, maybe that's their thing. Maybe that's what they do. You know, maybe that's who they are. Maybe they diagnose society. Maybe they just look at the way people live their lives and they're like, why is that person doing that? You got to answer those questions. I love answering questions for little kids all the time, because whenever I get questions, it means that they're interested in learning. And when they're interested in learning outside of school, great. That's beneficial. And I try to teach them as much as I can with the amount of time that I have to teach them and with the amount of ability that I have to teach them. That's just kind of life. You have to cater to these kids in a way where you're feeding their hunger for knowledge. You're also needing to cater to their need for failure and their need for success and practicality and reality. I mean, when a kid says they're going to fly someday, they could fly someday. They could have a jetpack. They could be the one that creates a jetpack. I mean, who knows? But it has to be practical too. You have to look at them and you have to be like, time travel, that's not possible. I'm sorry, but it's really not. Maybe alternate realities is possible, who knows? But you have to give them practical sense of learning. You have to teach them right. You have to give them the right answers. And if you don't know the right answers, search up the right answers and figure them out. That way you can teach your kid what they want to know. And maybe they're interested in something so much that they're just crazy about it. And then you search it up as a parent, maybe, or as a brother or a sister, or whatever it is. And you search it up and you try and help them. Or you try and teach them. But you also have to do that for yourself. What are you interested in? Are you interested in doing this or that? Find out. Find out as much as you can about it, because the entrepreneurs, the ones that are really making the successful businesses, are the ones that are so into their craft that they know everything about it. And let's see. Yeah, I'm running into 12 minutes. I hope you guys really enjoyed this episode. I know I did. Entrepreneurship is all around us. People, kids, they're our future. I mean, they're our future. You have to think about them. You have to motivate them. And you have to keep their spirits high while at the same time teaching them practicality. I hope you guys really enjoyed this episode. I know I did. I will see you guys tomorrow, and I hope you have a great day. When you see an entrepreneur on the side of the road flagging you down for lemonade, you better stop. Give them a tip even. If you don't even want lemonade, just give them a tip, because they're working their hardest doing that instead of doing something else. I hope you have a great day, and I will see you tomorrow.